yet, and I am coming on a little early. I have some errands to run, some Halloween costumes to buy. Such is the mom life, right? Oh, I've got the Trade Ideas Trade Summit shirt on, and I wanted to remind you guys that the Trade Ideas test drive is starting on Monday. So I will make sure that there is a link down below, but I'll put it up to the top, just above the banking webinar that I did, so you guys can access that if you want to. I'm just grabbing the link and we will share this out on Twitter so more people can join in. I know I am competing with President Biden at the moment. He is due to be speaking, but really, when does he really speak on time, right? Usually they don't come on time. So usually he's running about half an hour late. So it is out. Awesome. Let's bring up the SPY as we have it now. We're definitely going to touch on Amazon. Amazon is at a very important level right now. We have some bigger dark pool prints that I spotted on the 28th and 29th, and we are testing those today. We are below them. So this morning our numbers were a bit higher for the average hourly earnings, and the unemployment rate looks a little bit lower, but the non-farm employment change was much lower, and that's what Biden is due to be talking about right now. So I don't think I brought the chat up, so I'm missing you guys if you are speaking. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Reminder too, if you guys like the live stream, hit like and subscribe and share with your friends so we can help others. Okay, so actually but that's okay. Okay, Brett, very nice. So I'm good, Jeremy. How are you? All right, so let's look at the indexes really quickly. Let's pull up the 45-minute chart. We do have this downward wedge. We have a head and shoulders formation at the top. We have a downward wedge. Maybe actually we might have a bit of a diamond formation too on the SPY. So let's pull this into a 45-minute chart over here on the right, and we will check out and see what's going on. This pink line right here, hi Troy, how are you? This pink line right here is the volume weighted anchor price from the high back on the 7th of May. So we bounced up off of that, and right now we are back down below that trend line, looking for a break down below 437.80, and then I would look for a test down here 435.80, if not further down to 432. I did post a bunch of monthly charts on out on Twitter from TrendSpider, so check those out as well. Super cool software. King Lost Souls Studios. I don't know IOTA's crypto coin. The 6 major ones, actually I've got 7 over here, that I really am a long-term holder on are going to be these right here. So these are the ones that I see as potentially surviving a future crash that's going to happen with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now we do have Bitcoin up 300 today, and Ethereum is up $24. As far as percentage-wise, Shiba is rocking right now with up 12%. Sia coin is up 6.7. IOTA, love that. We've got IOTA up almost 3 points here, 3% I should say. Algo up 4.4%. So these are holding fairly strong. I do love the setup that is happening on these coins right now. Let's flip back to the indexes, and I'm going to show you Amazon. Let's get Amazon up before I do the rest of the indexes. So let's see, it's taking a second. All right, so Amazon, we have some prints that came in on the 28th and 29th. You guys can see them right there. Look at how we tested that dark pool area. If you guys want to learn more about the dark pools, trading around the dark pools, come on over to thedarkpools.com, the training pit. I am one of, let's see, we've got 5 trainers in there. So we are doing, 9 webinars a week, almost 2 a day, and a great time to come in, always things to learn. So we did have 250,000 here. We had 150,000 to 100,000. We tested that and we are coming back down below. So if we go back down below and we break below 3180, I think we could potentially see ourselves dropping down to 3100 area right there, another 90 points. So definitely keeping that on watch. What Biden has to say could play a role with Amazon as well. All of the supply chain issues might really affect the holiday purchasing season because they might sell out of stock. Granted that cloud computing is number one. Looking at our daily chart over here as well, let's hide these other, let's just hide this really quickly and let's hide this one. No, that's not the one I want to hide. Let's just hide these. Here we go. So you can see that we almost have a head and shoulders as well. Shoulder, it's not drawing, head and shoulder here, right? It's not drawing them very well, but right there. So we have a shoulder, head, shoulder. If we break our neckline down here, 3180, this is actually up to 3,700. So that would be, call it 3,780, 600 points. We could drop down to 3180 minus 600, 2,500 right there. So keep it on watch. If we break below that 3180, watch 3100, watch 3000, watch 2600, 2750, 2600 as potential targets for Amazon. All right, so keep all those on watch because it could end up as being a big drop down. Remember last year that we did have Amazon's former CEO, Jeff Bezos, come out and say, I could see a time in which Amazon is bankrupt. Why is the CEO telling somebody that, right? Maybe he knows something as the CEO. All right, let's look at the Qs. So Qs are down 0.45% today. Again, we are in a downward wedge. We did hit that wedge. Everything is running a bit slower. So we did test that level and we are breaking down further. I'm going to turn back on my moving averages over here. These? No, not that one. I want this one. Right here. And so looking at that, we came down, we tested the volume weighted anchor price over here of April 16th. We bounced above that and we are in that downward motion again. We did hit on the daily chart the 21 EMA and rejected it. Also this trend line and rejected it. So looking to see if we are going to hold 352 again, or is that going to fail as we are creating an H formation and the next big wave 3 down for Elliott wave theory people out there. IWM as well. We have just been boringly going sideways in a 12-point range for the past 8 months, right? We back this out. We have been in this range for 8 months. Distribution or consolidation, we need to break out of the range. Don't know which one. However, this is 2,000 stocks out of the market. If we break down, that's going to be a crash in the market. So very much watching Russell 2000 to give the bigger picture as to what is going to happen with the market as a whole. You can see it looks like we're coming back down. This is our volume weighted anchor price from entering this sideways price action, and we've been dancing around it for quite some time. So are we going to have 222.34 hold as support, or are we going to break down further? Oil and financials really play a big role in the Russell 2000. If we go to IWM holdings, whoops, helps when you spell it correctly, ETF. Let's do that. Should bring us to, not this one, I want to see on ETF.com right here. This should show us the breakdown of the percentages, and you'll be able to see the financials are going to make up 20%, I believe, and then utilities are going to play a role as well. Hold on, let's go. Let's come down here. It's going to break it down into percentages for us right here. No, this does not have the breakdown of the, hold on, bear with me guys. It doesn't have it down into sector. Okay, let's go back. ETF database. Everything is running slowly because I have my trading platform up in the background. All right, go over there. ETF database, right here. This should show us the percentage breakdown as to the overall holdings, right? Wow. Taking your time there, internet. Let's look really quickly too. See if there's any issues with any platforms today. Downdetector.com is great to show what is going on with issues. So nothing too crazy. T-Mobile looks like it had a bit of an issue, but it looks like some things are trending up as far as having issues right now. All right. Okay, let's go back over here. We'll look at it as it pulls up. Close this. So right now, heading down, testing. It looks like it's really stalled at 222.55. Interesting price there. Oh, now we're at 222.44. All right, so we will see if we fail down further. Yeah, I'll check out Tesla. Dow Jones Industrial Average, the most easily manipulated index ETF out there with only 30 stocks in it. So it did pull back to our 161 EMA, which has been support, right? If we break that 37.80, watch out. We could be going down further for sure on that one. Okay, that's still spinning, so we'll ignore that. Let's look at my list for today. So on my list for today, I did, this is yesterday's, no bueno. Right here. So we have BABA with 158.50. Let's pull this here, pull this over like this. So let's look at BABA. BABA was moving to the upside this morning. However, you know, we did bounce up to 162. We have broken out of a downward trend, broke above the 21 EMA on the daily. And here are my levels over here. Great. So we have that one on the list today. Oh, here we go. Very weird. Okay, no worries. BTBT, Bitcoin miner. This has 21 million in the float. This one can really run. And we did have a little bit of movement today, but it moved more to the downside, going down to 1060 during the live trading. Let's put this on a 15-minute chart, make it a little bit easier. Sorry that it's still, I'm going to close that down and close this down. See if we can really keep this moving quickly. Apple today, Apple had moved up. However, we are down below right now with a potential short move that could happen. Look, we opened fairly high and now we have just been selling off. We opened near the 21 EMA on the daily. Are we going to break back down? If we have a close below 142.70, I think we will likely see a bigger move down in Apple into the next week. And again, would look for a target down here, 137. PLTR is a big gold position, so I'm surprised to see this dropping down so much today, since they did buy a $50 billion physical gold position. Oh, thank you, Randy. And now we are in an H formation on the daily chart. So if we break below $23, watch out. I would watch for a test of 22.50 and then on down to 22. Wish did have some dark pool activity up at 533. So if it's not able to break there, watch for a continued move to the downside. Square today had some downward momentum. It was very small shares, but it still had downward momentum, and it has continued into the day, breaking down below 247. A nice little short right here, already down $2.50. I would watch for support probably around that 244.50 area. We might bounce right there. There you go. Let's see. Nope, we're going to continue on down maybe to 244.10. Oh, let's see. A little bit of a bounce. What are you guys buying? Hi, Samuel. Welcome. Sean will definitely do Tesla. Don't worry. I'm not going to miss you. All right. Ah, thank you, Sean. That's so kind. Share with your friends, right? That's the best thing I can say. So Home Depot also had a bit of a downward move and lows as well. In my opinion, this is going to be in relation to inflation. How many people are going to be going out and renovating their homes with the costs increasing the way they are? Did you guys see in England that the cost of heating went up 40% in one day. If you have a gas tank, if you have oil tanks that you heat your house, fill it up now, because if it's going up 40% in a day, if you wait, you could really be hurting your pocketbook, right? And thank you, Asif. Ah, thanks, Janie. Janity? Is that how you say it? Or Janity? Thanks so much. All right, so let's look at Lowe's as well, see if it's the same movement as Home Depot. It looks like they would. Yeah, they usually tend to trade in tandem as home suppliers. And ASML also had some big movement pre-market, but very little volume. However, there were more stocks gapping up today with the big news of the solution for the debt ceiling. You know, it's a temporary Band-Aid fix. These are not overall big time solutions. Let me also show you guys right here. If you guys like my watch list, head on over to cjanetrade.com. Use welcome and you can save 10% off any of these subscriptions, monthly, 3 months, 6 months, you name it. Maybe I will do a Canadian Thanksgiving Day sale on Monday. Stay tuned for that because we have Canadian Thanksgiving on Monday. So looking for ASML to come down and tag the 702.50. Longer term potential swing. It has rejected the moving averages and potential to come down, likely to test this area 732 today in my opinion. Bill as well, another one that very low volume this morning, but the chart was setting up for a continuation move to the downside. You can see we're hitting those moving averages. I would anticipate a little bounce up to potentially 275 and then roll back over. But we're in downward motion on the shorter term and a bit of an upward over here. So a bit of disagreement. I personally would stay out of this one longer term, using it solely as a day trade because of where we are in the charts. All right. I also wanted to show you something really quickly about crypto, and then we'll get into Tesla and Netflix, Novavax. If you have any other stock charts you want to put them in the chat and we will look at it. So on my Twitter, are you guys seeing nothing is loading? Okay, here. I did post this on the 5th, right? XRP is, or the Fed, excuse me, is talking about adopting the new crypto blockchain messaging system to eliminate SWIFT with ISO 2022 in one move instead of 3. They were talking about a slow adoption originally November 2021. Then you go to this article here. I'm not going to click on it because it's taking such a long time. And who is already ISO 20022 compliant for this new messaging system? That's right, RippleNet, right? So definitely check it out and see if it works for you. As I mentioned in the past, that the cryptos that I'm looking at, wow, super slow. That these are the ones over here. Yes, Jeremy. That these are the ones. So let's take a look at the XRP chart. Let's map that out as well. I do like this as long as we can hold this $1 area over here. That's where we had a little bit of a reversal. So I would watch for $1 as that support level. Now think about this. Let me see if I can pull up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close down this tab and see if I can open up what I want to show you guys really quickly. XRP RippleNet ODL, I think is what it's called. Yeah, ODL, on-demand liquidity. And so, yes, it opened really quickly. So once that opens, I'll pull it over for you guys. Yes, it's opening right here. Okay, so with the on-demand liquidity, I'll give you a little schematic really quickly when it loads, that it is setting up as that central bridge digital currency, right? So to me, in my opinion, the use, function, and value of XRP comes when they are using it as that central bridge digital currency to flow money through it to other banks, to other countries. And ISO stands for International Standard Operating Procedure. So they're updating the banks from SWIFT to ISO 20022. Wow, nothing is loading quickly, huh? Okay, perfect. It's further down here, about right there on the page. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. So you can see here's the sender. They send potentially dollars, goes through XRP on the XRP Ripple net, and then it comes over to the receiver on a credit card. You could pay out of the credit card. You could do it to a business or an individual. So it is very secure. It is much faster than the wire system. And this is what Brad Garlinghouse set up to solve back in 2007 is actually when the ISO 20022 started in development. So definitely check it out, see if it's right for you, see if this makes sense to you. The Fed is talking about adopting it. And we also have Janet Yellen and Madame Lagarde from the European Central Bank speaking about banking today at 2 p.m. Central. I did also post that on to my Twitter as well, so check that out. Let's go back over here. So looking at this in the big picture, right? Let's look at it even bigger. So we're in a bit of a downward trend now, but if we use the measured move, right? Rough target from right here, we'll go from right here to right here, 90 cents. So at the time that this breaks out, my anticipated, let's just say it breaks out at 120, right? Then we're going to be looking up for a move up to 210 as a measured move, which is going to give you roughly 75% gains. Do I personally think that it's going into double digits, potentially triple, quadruple digits per value per coin? Yes. So I think that this is really in the infancy phase of the banking system of the world right now. And that's why I am a huge fan, huge XRP bull. And when the Fed came out and announced that on Monday, even more assurance that, hey, it's all out there in writing. Do the research, educate yourself on this. The other coins that I have on my list as well, check them out, do the research, see if it's right for you. I cannot make any recommendations as I am not a legal financial advisor, so this is all my personal opinion. All right, let's look at Tesla. And welcome to everyone that has just signed on. I see we have some more people on. So Tesla, it is having a really hard time breaking this $800 barrier. If it breaks that $800 barrier, I think that with a strong weekly close above there, I think we could very well see it go up to $1,200. However, right now, it is, you got it, Mr. Slowski, #1 coin, in my opinion, that Tesla looks like it could sell off a little bit more. In fact, I was just looking at Tesla on TrendSpider over here and pulling up all these cool softwares today, right? Let's just make it big. So when we look at it here, hey, look, we're testing, this is a monthly chart, right? So keep that in mind, that this is a monthly chart. And if we break down further, our month 250. Okay, I would look at, let's set this up over here. This looks like a nice little shelf area. 567 right here. Potentially top of this area right here. Right? These are the levels that I would look at coming down. Okay, 567, 500, 360, and then over here with the 50 simple moving average around 250. That's what I would look at on the bigger picture. Looking at stocks, I've been looking at a lot on TrendSpider today, because if we start to sell off and we start to have a correction that could be that once in a 12-year correction, yes, we have a Band-Aid fix for the debt of the U.S. at the moment, supposedly until December 3rd. However, what is going to happen when Evergrande really just falls apart? That was a big part of the real estate market. Did they have any real estate investments in the U.S.? There's so many different things, so many different bubble aspects that could just sort of explode. Or got real estate mortgages. We also have credit card debt with people that are unemployed in the U.S. Car loans. There's so many different areas that could just sort of burst and create a weakness, and then it's a domino effect and creates a downward drop in the market overall. All right, let's look at Novavax for Samuel. All right, so Samuel, here we are in a bit of a downward trend. Now let's draw a little trend line over here. Let's take this one. Let's adjust this, sorry. Let's take this one and put it over here. So it's coming down. I could see that this might come down a bit further to 150. If that does not hold, this will be pretty much the third test right here. If that fails, I would look for this to come down to maybe $57. Now, what you want to remember with Novavax, it is a bigger mover. And the reason why is because it has a lower amount in the float. It only has 73 million in the float. When you look at GameStop, that has 60 million in the float. So this is not far off. And when people start trading it, it can really skyrocket very quickly. I mean, look at this. It went from 130 up to 320 in how many days, right? So this is a higher priced, low float stock. So in 8 trading days, it gained 149%. It could do the opposite and lose 50% in 8 trading days if it were to fail that level. So keep an eye on it, knowing that it is a lower float stock. If this does bounce, it has the potential to bounce back up. I would look to see maybe it's going to come and test the 200 area. So if it comes down to 50, there might be a potential bounce up to 50. And then if that fails, it could continue to roll down the hill. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing weekend. As I like to say, carpe profit, seize those profits one trade at a time. For all those Canadian traders out there, happy early Thanksgiving. And I will see you all soon. Bye.